How did you find Chertan, actually?
We heard yelling, so we went to take a look. I don't miss nothing. And there was Chertan, crawling in pool of the blood and babbling
Before the murder, did you see anyone hanging around by the... doing something with the lock, maybe? Or already inside, even?
Nobody went up there the whole night. I'm telling you, we was watching like...
There were two of you on guard duty, yeah?
Him? He's a good pal of mine. The best in the whole camp. Always happy to listen to what I have to say. The things I've seen since we left Prague. I'd never have dreamt of some of the...
Well, well. So the watchmen were boozing instead of watching. The guards must have seen something from here. If they weren't drinking, that is. If this is how they all guard this camp, we could torch the place to the ground and no one would notice. Right. I've searched the whole place.
Did you find anything?
The guards back there on the tower drink on duty. I found lots of wine there.
Pigs? Don't they know only the commander's allowed to drink on? I'll punish them. Let's hope Chertan can tell us something.
Where the fuck have you been all this time? While you lot have been playing with cocks up there, Chertan croaked.
What? Musa couldn't save him?
That fucking sawbone of yours finished him off, more like. He took one of his pagan potions.
Can someone explain what?
Chertan's dead. Not from his wounds. He was poisoned. Sir Grozav is right about that, but he could not be more wrong about the rest.
How dare you, you foreign dog!
Come.
When Chertan was brought here, he was bleeding heavily, and his wounds needed stitching. Then I gave him some wine to prepare him for treatment. That is the usual procedure, but what was not usual was that he started vomiting.
What nonsense is that?
Someone must have poisoned the wine while I was not looking.
Oh.
Where did you get the wine from? I thought...
As I said, I give it to wounded men to ease their pain and for certain complaints. At the right dose, it can be very... It is not all that common in my country. But I follow the teachings of the great scholar Ibn. I tried other alcohol as well. But drinking mead makes my patients worse.
That's enough! Keep an eye on this fiend till I bring the...
Wait, sir. I have no idea what happened here. But Musa is definitely innocent. Chertan was...
So? He's in league with someone else?
With one of the half-wits here?
Are you sure you're not trying to cover for...
I beg your pardon.
Don't try that on me.
I will happily take an oath. I may not be a nobleman like you.
There's no way Musa is to blame. Even if he wanted to kill Chertan, he must have known that suspicion would fall on him first.
The lad's right.
You can be glad you're not in irons.
Please, sir. We won't leave this place until we clear this up.
What? But sir, you said we were going to move out first.
Things have changed a bit since then, or haven't. Not even a handcart carrying dung will leave the camp till I give the order.
So I'm supposed to let a murderer go and put up with you in my camp meanwhile.
But sir...
Silence! Musa will remain under guard in his tent. He will not speak to anyone. And my advice to you two is to sit on your asses and...
Where do you think you're going, Henry? Stay here and talk. What do you say to all this?
Well, sir, I may not understand what all this is about, but I think we should help Musa somehow.
I'm glad we see eye to eye.
Well, what are we going to do then?
That's what I'd like to know. We have to find the real murderer as quickly as possible. But what do I know about that?
You really don't have any idea what...
How could I? We should probably...
But Grozav has him under guard.
And there's no way I can get to it. You could do it.
Me?
Who else, soldier? I need help. Someone I can trust. And you spent the whole evening with me, so you have to get rid of the guard somehow. And...
All right.
Good idea.
How much time do we have for this?
2 days at most, I'd say. Then Sigismund's deputy and Henry.
Henry? What are you doing here?
Ah, to hell with Grozav.
I truly appreciate that. But I am not sure that Tinja Sireye Mene Mene Sireye.
What?
It is a proverb from my country. It means the road to truth has many twists and turns.
Well, we'll straighten them all out. Don't worry. What happened when you brought Chertan to the infirmary?
I already told you everything. We laid him on the table, then I gave him some wine to drink. Soon after, he was dead.
And what happened next?
Then the noble lord of Borumlaka arrived and started to go mad.
Did Chertan say anything before he died?
He tried to, but my Hungarian is not as good as I thought.
What about that wine? Could I take a look at it?
Lord Grozav poured it away in anger before you arrived, so that I could not poison anyone.
He poured it away? When it could have helped us? The wine was evidence.
Evidence that here in Bohemia you will drink, even vinegar. It smelt and looked the same, as always. Except perhaps it was a little more cloudy.
Where was the wine from, actually?
A bathhouse maid brought it to me along with my clean laundry. A very pretty girl. Black hair, nicely built. Catherine, I think she's called.
Catherine? Are you sure?
Absolutely. But I doubt that she was mixed up in this. Chertan was not the first person I gave the wine to. The wine must have been poisoned.
All right. But what now? How will we find the murderer?
I have done some thinking about that. After all, the best thing would be to investigate the poison. Every poison has different effects. If we discover what poison was used on Chertan, we just have to find it.
How can we identify the poison, then?
That is not hard. I examine the dead body. I find the symptoms of the poison. That is, I would.
We're fucked, then.
Not
Me?
The first thing to do is to go to Chertan's corpse and examine it thoroughly. Arms, legs, face. You must remember everything that looks strange to you. In the infirmary, you'll find a chest. Take from it my almanac of poisons and compare what you saw with this. You can read, I hope.
Aye.
Excellent. The chest is locked, but I trust you will manage.
You have a whole book just about poisons?
I bought it on my way here. But please.
Right. Who do you think killed Chertan?
I have no idea. Who do you think is the prime suspect?
Couldn't it have been just about...
It might seem so at first glance. Most of the people in the camp respected Chertan. And besides, not everyone can get up to the...
Well?
I think it must be someone from here. A stranger would have been noticed, and I would bet that it was one of... And because it cannot be you, me, or Katz, that leaves Grozav, Stephen, and the two guards. Someone should question them all. Maybe their statements...
Aye, but not me.
I cannot force you, of course.
Stop, you bastard! Nobody's allowed in here.
All right, keep your hair on.
Move your ass.
Yes, I can.
Why me?
All right. Here we go. Holy Mary, Mother of God, don't let me miss anything. And forgive me for what I'm doing to this unfortunate wretch. He looks a bit ruddy. But is that from the poison? Or was he just drunk? I can't see anything strange here. No bruises or broken lips. No signs of poisoning. Ah, what a stench. He coughed up some blood, all right. But he also threw his guts up. Ugh. There's no way I'm examining that. That's a nasty wound. I almost feel sorry for Cherton. But why would someone kill him in the most heavily guarded part of the camp, instead of trying to lure him outside? Oh, his belly's hacked to ribbons. Who could have butchered him like that, for God's sake? Almost everything is covered in blood. But there doesn't seem to have been much of a fight. These things can't tell me anything, unfortunately. He looks horribly rigid and contorted. He must have died in awful spasms. Nothing strange here except the stiffness and broken nails. Could he have dug his nails into the table when the spasms started? It hurts just to think about it. Completely rigid, just like the arms. But, Christ, what a stink! He shat himself. God, that's rank. I'll examine some other part of him, and that'll have to do. He had spasms, as red as a poppy. But that could be from drinking, or lots of things. I mustn't forget anything. That's the main thing. Right, that's that. I should tell Musa what I've learned.
Good day.
I read that book of yours, and I think I know now what Chertan was poisoned with.
What do you mean, you think? Do you know or not?
The potion is called Kiss of Death. It causes vomiting, cramps, boils, and rapid death.
This name means nothing to me. I suppose I did not get that far in the book. But if you think the symptoms are the same, I will believe you. Are you sure it was that poison? Were there not more in the book?
Absolutely certain.
All right. I have no... Now, we can only hope that the murderer has not had time to get rid of the evidence.
I better start searching fast, hadn't I? You said that the suspects are Grozav, Crow, and the two guards. This won't take long.
Wait a moment. There is something I must tell you.
Of course. Go on.
First, you should know that I am grateful for what you are doing. Even so, it is strange. For months, the people here have been... You have done more in a few days than others in many weeks.
That's a good thing, isn't it?
Of course it is. I'm only saying that I find...
I've no idea what you're talking about.
Even if I tell you,
No. I'm just carrying out Katz's orders.
if you say so. But it is a pity.
I think I'll just go.
Good luck.
You again?